Oops. Just realized I accidentally fucking ended the recording. But, yeah. Fuck. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So what the fuck? So you're telling me that this shit is basically like fucking, like Valheim, like on some like Colorado, just a fucking cave networks and shit? Like, what? That's
So, what are some
crazy.
possible what are some possible
Like, how are
explanations?
caves
Well,
formed?
the normal stuff doesn't really fit because there were
I'm
no
so pissed
tracks.
I
So, if
accidentally just
somebody
fucking
kidnapped
ended the
him,
video.
then how'd they get him off the trail without anybody noticing? And how was he not found? Why was his body located somewhere that had already been searched? And why 20 days later? Was Jim
Yeah, true.
hidden for some of that time? And then once they hadn't found him, his body was placed out in the open? That doesn't really make sense. There's no motive to do that. Even if this were a human serial killer, there's really no reason for them to leave his body out in the open after he'd already gotten away with the crime, or she. Unless it was somebody who wanted the notoriety for killing him, but also didn't leave any evidence that they had killed him. So it just doesn't fit with serial killers, like, types and characteristics. There's really no human explanation for this, and that leaves wild animals. Well, the area isn't really known for being home to grizzlies or anything that would hunt human beings. And on top of that, there would have been a blood trail if he was just snagged off of the
Yeah.
trail and dragged away somewhere else. It wouldn't have all gotten covered up,
So yeah, that would
and
be
it probably would
a
have been
blood
even
trail.
more obvious than if a human had taken him. So, when you get down to brass tacks, there's really no
Taxes, brass.
natural, normal explanation for what happened to Jim McGrogan. All you have is the supernatural, and even then, the question becomes what sort of supernatural folk legend could even do that to somebody? And at the end of the day, there's really only one that fits when you look at the region, the weather conditions, and the state in which his body was found. And that, unfortunately, is the Wendigo. But that doesn't make a ton of sense in and of itself
The
because he was
Wendigo.
found. Usually, with Wendigo folklore, you're not looking at something that leaves bits and pieces lying around. You're looking at something that drags somebody into a cave or a mine shaft and devours them there. And, the bones don't
What the
usually get
fuck?
left out in the open randomly. So, even when looking into supernatural explanations for what could have happened to Jim McGrogan, if anything, there is no explanation. That leaves exactly one thing in my mind, which is something that we've talked about on this channel before as well, which is dimensional rifts. Maybe if that's a thing, if that's a real phenomenon, that's something that exists out there, it's the only one that really makes any sense. Perhaps Jim, found his way to slip into a parallel dimension for a second and ended up coming out in the sky? I don't have an answer. I don't know. So I'm curious what all of you think. Was Jim kidnapped? Was Jim attacked by something supernatural? Did he slip through into a parallel universe for a second and then slip back at a very unopportune time? Let us know in the comments, and if you like what we're doing here at the Lore Lodge, make sure to check us out on Patreon. We
Christ.
have tiers from
The
$1 to
Wendigo.
$100. Any amount helps, but if you can't monetarily contribute or you don't really feel like it, at the very least, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and if you're feeling like it, share us
Smash
with your
that
friends. We'd
like
really appreciate it. It would mean the world to us.
button.
And you can, of course, check us out on our other socials. I am at @BAMatis on just about everything.
Oh.
Our director and editor over here, Aiden Thornberry.
Alright guys, well again that's it for this video. Hopefully the video doesn't come out weird since I accidentally stopped recording towards the end, but I'll try to fix that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.